The Alberto is special because Candiani is a special company in all aspects. I mean, starting by the place where they are actually really, as you mentioned, in a natural park. And it's a natural park, and everything is controlled by the authorities. You cannot release anything that is bad, toxic, whatever, or dirty. So they have to be very cautious with what they produce and what they do with the waste, how they handle waste, emissions, and solid waste. The other thing is the spirit of Candiani. Candiani is an old company in Denim. It's from 1938.
Fourth generation mill. So yeah, he's
fourth generation mill. And I had the chance to meet the father of Alberto and even the grandfather of Alberto many years ago. And, you know, and the philosophy is the same, you know, producing the best denim in the right way. So what Alberto is doing is adapting new technologies and new concepts and new fibers and everything. But the, you know, the philosophy of Candiani has not changed. They just want to do the best thing in general. Everybody claims to be the Candiani of Asia or the Candiani of America or the Candiani of Turkey. It's a kind of reference.
Obviously, we've been seeing a lot of chemical stuff, but what's your thoughts on, you know, the new kind of technologies when it comes to indigo dyeing? The dope dyeing from TENCEL, the Modo Indigo was amazing, and the students might have seen it. But there's new tech, there's new ways of doing indigo dyeing, which is coming through. Obviously, we're still early stages because we know the petrochemical is a major issue within our industry, right? So the bacteria based and all that kind of stuff, it's coming, right? It is coming. It's not a myth. It is coming. But
no, it's not a myth. I mean, actually, the idea of producing indigo is something. If you look at indigo, it's a molecule that is a big family, you know, of molecules, and many products related to indigo have a very high importance on pharma. For example, you made me amazed to learn that in the rubin, a friend of indigo is an anti-carcinogenic type of medicine. Okay, and there are many other molecules around indigo that they have a lot of uses on pharma, and again, they are also good as, you know, anti-carcinogenic. I mean, not many molecules have you know, powerful anti-carcinogenic possibilities. So indigo is such a wonderful molecule. It's very simple.
I know,
and you can produce it in different ways. Actually, the way to produce natural indigo is relatively old. It's from the early patents are from the 20s, and everything starts with something called tryptophan. And tryptophan is a precursor of serotonin. That's something that your brain needs. And this serotonin is something that is not generated, tryptophan is not generated by the body. So you need to ingest tryptophan. And tryptophan is coming in different plants. The most common is sweet beet or beet.
Right.
So it is possible to transform, and it's a long line of molecules. So you can transform indican, is the basic molecule to start with. And then, you know, by the action of bacteria by fermentation, that produces something called, oh my God. Well, it's another molecule that will come to my mind. And then by oxidation, that produces the indigo. The indigo, actually, the name of the molecule for indigo is indigotin. So when you refer to indigo, the name of the molecule, chemical name of the molecule is indigotin. So you can produce that, and it's relatively simple.
Obviously,
the problem of
in like Europe, we have mostly woad. Obviously, indigo that we use is the indigo most likely from the Indus Valley region, but once come through. But in Europe, we used to use woad, and indigo was imported in from the Indus Valley region in India through the trade
from India. That's the name. Indigo comes from India. Actually, woad is something that is especially in the UK. The Picts, people will remember the Picts. They were painting their faces with woad, and it was blue. So actually, when you go to this movie, Mel Gibson, Braveheart, and they show that nice kind of pale blue. No, this is wrong, historically wrong. The pigs were painted with indigo, and it was a dark blue.
I know Queen Boudica used to paint herself in indigo before she went to battle as well. So yeah, lots of historical stuff. But yeah, I'm really
and it's you know, it's a very good product, and there are different ways to make it. The problem of all these biotechnologies is the scalability. Okay, so remember that the market of indigo in the world is, you know, between 80,000 to 100,000 tons a year.
Right.
And that's a lot of indigo. So if you need to convert, even at a small part,
a lot of petrochemical and a lot
of indigo
and a lot of all the other
petrochemical.
Yeah.
And indigo is not an easy product. I mean, it's an easy product to produce chemically, but it requires some, you know, raw materials that are quite, I would say, nasty. Okay.
Yeah.
So the most modern system to produce indigo is based on a phenylglycine. It's an amino acid, and then that is based on aniline, and then they have to combine this with sodium amide and other chemicals that are also very nasty, and to produce that reaction. That's why the big producers of indigo in China, they are in, you know, Inner Mongolia, in places that, okay.
So obviously with all these petrochemicals and the chemicals you mentioned, even benzene, obviously these chemicals, they don't remain in indigo when it's on a gene, right? It's all taken, most of it's gone in the process of fixing the pigments to the photofiber, right? Or no, is this a fixed later?
Well, it's something that is important is that, okay, the indigo is something that if, for example, they became the masks for the virus based on indigo came very popular, and this is fine. But remember that it should be always, you know, some cloth between the indigo fabric and your face, because chewing or you know, breathing indigo particles is not good. But in terms of safety, indigo is, once applied on the fabric, is a safe molecule. It's very stable, and you know, and all the big suppliers of indigo, of produce indigo, they confirm, you know, that
some of the others, right? Yeah.
Let us say, listen,
so
don't worry.
Great companies doing great things, right? Because they have a big responsibility, right? And they're audited big time. So yeah.
Well, a chemical company has to be very careful with everything, with everything that you do, with everything you produce, and with everything you say. So there is something I can fix now because I forgot the name, and the precursor of indigo, of the indigo thing, is called indoxil. So the sequence goes indican, indoxil with a lot of beta glucoside, and then finally, you know, the indoxil, and then the indigo tin. That is the indigo. So thanks